Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and by popular demand I am going to introduce yet another deck guide, this time on Bomb Warrior. This deck has been a powerhouse on ladder. Theo recently got rank 1 legend with it, slightly different list than mine but pretty much the same, and I've hit top 100 legend on NA and EU myself, and yeah, it's rated on like top of Vicious Syndicate, on HS Replay, like everywhere it's rated as one of the best decks in the game, so let's give it a guide, and let's do it like we always do, which is we break down the deck strategy, what the deck wants to do, how it does it, what you kind of want to do while playing the deck. Then we have a Mulligan strategy, what cards to keep in different situations. We'll offer some substitutes, some cards you can swap in and out depending on what meta you're seeing or what preference for your playstyle. And then lastly, we'll go over a couple of budget options, some cards you can sub out for maybe some more affordable cards if you're missing certain key legendaries or epics. So, let's get started with the deck strategy. Bomb Warrior is not really a control deck, but it's not really an aggro deck or anything like that. It's more like a mid-range deck with control elements. So you want to draw out weapons with your Corsair Cash, shuffle in bombs with your Wrench Caliber. You want to keep the board clear, so you know you're not taking too much damage. You have Brawl, you have Blade Storm, you have Deathwing for that late game board clear or tempo push. You have Skipper and Armorsmith and other minions to combo with that. And then you can draw your deck with Battle Rage, which lets you get through basically your entire deck in very quick fashion, depending on how many minions you have left. And you basically wait till your opponent draws a bunch of bombs, and then you can finish them off with your Grommash Sword and Board combo, or with Skipper, Shield Slam if you don't have too much armor. And the deck is just very powerful that way. It thrives on defeating other board-centric decks, which is why it's so great on the ladder. Demon Hunter wants to be on board, Spell Druid wants to be on board, all these type of decks, other warrior decks want to be on board, and you keep them off of that while pushing face damage with your weapons and letting them draw bombs and all of that. It can struggle against decks that have like bigger minions, like a lot of greed, like Highlander Mage, Highlander Hunter, for example, but you can beat them. You're not like super unfavored, or sometimes you are slightly favored, especially when, you know, you shuffle in a bunch of bombs, you shut up the Highlander cards, things like that. But definitely can be very tough matchups. There's only really one bad matchup in the meta right now, and that's Priest, whether it be Galakron Priest, a Highlander Priest. They just out-heal you. They don't really care about the board. They're gonna just outvalue you in the long run. They have infinite value with their Galakron and all of that, and they have like so much healing spell generation. It's just a real pain in the ass to get there. Personally, I just concede the Priest matchup. You really shouldn't. You should play it out, but for the little sanity I have left, and I know it's like a 30% chance to win, and it's going to take me like 20-30 minutes, I move on. But that's up to you there. But this deck is a powerhouse on ladder. It just has a great spread against effectively everything outside of Priest, and can win or topple the crap out of like good top meta decks right now. So I definitely highly recommend this deck. It is very powerful. So, you want to play some Bomb Warrior? Let's start with the Mulligan strategy. What should I always keep, regardless of matchup? Well, first, Ankar. Ankar is a card that you just want to keep. It draws you, at minimum, 2 pirates, right? And you're likely going to hit Skipper, which is the best card in the deck. That little 1-drop, he activates so many things. And yeah, you can maybe low roll and hit like the Sky Raider and your green skin or whatever like that, but Ankar is very good keep. You might want to consider not keeping it, maybe against like a Priest deck, but other than that, I feel pretty confident about always keeping Ankar. And the other card you always keep, and again, there's an asterisk on this one too, it's how this deck is not super straightforward, but that's Corsair Cash. You draw your weapon, you buff it, and if you hit Ankar, you're going to draw 3 pirates and push 9 damage. Or if you hit Wrench Caliber, you're going to get a 12 damage weapon that shuffles 15 damage worth of bombs in the deck, which is a 27 damage weapon. Just don't get oozed, that's all. It just enables so many things for your deck. It's super powerful. Probably the second best card in the deck after Skipper, so very strong. The asterisk is against Demon Hunter. It can actually be a bad keep against Demon Hunter because it's too slow, but If you have, like, let's just say you have Risky Skipper in your hand, you probably can keep it. If you have any other good early removal, early play, you can keep it. So be aware against Demon Hunter, Corsair Cash might actually be too slow, but basically every other matchup, you want to keep it. Next, what do you keep against aggro? So this would be like Demon Hunter, Pirate Warrior, aggressive decks like that. Well, you always keep Risky Skipper. You always keep him. Or her. Him or her. I'm not sure. You keep the Skipper. It's the way you control the board. You're hopefully going to get Armorsmith with it, or your Blood Boil Brute to combo with it, and it just, again, enables so much stuff. Yes, you'd like to just, cash into Anchor and draw it that way, but you want to make sure you have your Skipper. It enables Battle Rage. It enables so many good things. You definitely want to keep it against the aggressive decks. Same goes for Armorsmith. It's the same issue. You need to stay alive against aggro. So Armorsmith lets you do that, whether it be comboing it with Bladestorm, Skipper, things like that. It's just vital to your success of staying alive. Even if you have all the removal in the world for Demon Hunter, if you don't gain that health, you're likely going to die. So be aware, Armorsmith is a card you really want to keep against those aggressive decks. And lastly, a card, this is basically just for Demon Hunter specifically, but it's going to be probably the most common aggressive matchup you're going to see. You want to keep Sword and Board. 1 mana, deal 2 damage, gain 2 armor, lines up perfectly against almost all Demon Hunter minions, whether it be, Battle Fiend, the Satyr, their 1 mana 2/2, all that. Just good removal, gets you armor, but against anything slow, you don't want to keep it because it really doesn't do much, but against the aggressive matchups, it's definitely worth the keep. Now, against the slower decks, what do you keep? Only really 2 cards that I haven't mentioned earlier, because Corsair Cash, is almost everything, honestly, against the slower decks. You can consider keeping Blastmaster Boom, especially against, Warlock, Quest Warlock, against Priest. If you want a shot at beating Priest, you just have to get Boom. You gotta get him out early, and especially if you have, Corsair Cash, you drop Boom on 7 with 6 Boom bots. That's an insane amount of damage and huge board presence, so it's worth keeping against those slower decks, especially if you have, a Wrench Caliber in hand. So what's the other card that you want to keep against slower decks? Well, Wrench Caliber. If you know it's a Highlander deck, it's Quest Warlock, or just something that you need those bombs online early, keep the Wrench Caliber. You're not getting it buffed with your Corsair Cash maybe until later, or you might get lucky and draw Corsair Cash or whatever, but you want to get those bombs going. And if you have, Greenskin, you can buff it as well. And again, it gets your Blastmaster going. It can shut off Highlander decks. Say you're facing Highlander Mage or Highlander Hunter. They haven't drawn an Ooze or Zephrys, and you swing twice. Well, their Highlander cards are disengaged. So I think it's worth keeping. And even against Rogue. Rogue, you just want to, you want to beat them to death. You want to beat up a Rogue. So keeping the bombs and screwing up their wand potentially, because they draw the bomb with wand, that card is not 0 mana. The bomb counts as that. Same with their Galakrond, so I think it's a worthwhile keep against those decks, but only really those decks. But that's the Mulligan strat. You can see that it's all over the place. There's not really a set strategy of what you keep. You have a lot of early games. Even Sky Raider, a lot of people be like, oh, keep it against aggro, but you don't really want to. You want your Skipper and then combo that with Sky Raider, because Sky Raider doesn't really contest anything on its own. So it's interesting to see how it plays out. It's not the most straightforward Mulligan, but I think this is a good basis to start, and then you can kind of weave in your own personal experience with that as you go. Next, let's look at some deck substitutes. So the list I'm featuring here is kind of a hybrid. I keep changing it. It's probably going to change again, but this is a mix of what my list was a couple days ago and Theo's list that he got rank 1 legend with. We have Evil Quartermasters in here, and I have a Greenskin, which I recently changed out. What did I change out? Well, Evil Quartermaster can be swapped for Bomb Wrangler. It gets you bombs, it gets you extra damage. It just feels a lot worse to tempo out. You don't get the lackeys, and you don't get the armor gain. If you're seeing a slower meta, it might be worth it, but I'm liking the Quartermasters. I think they're solid, but if you want to go for the Bomb Wrangler, it's certainly a decent change. And then we're looking at Kargath Prime is not in a lot of people's list right now. I'm definitely considering cutting it, but I think it's a cool card. It lets you remove stuff early, get that 10 damage or 10 armor swing later, plus a gigantic threat on the board. Can be nice. But if you want to switch it out, you can take it out for another Sword and Board. You could run another brawl if you're facing like a lot of token druids or like a lot of mages or something. Or you could put in Horde Pillager, the pirate that gives you your weapon back, just for greed. A lot of people like that greed. Get that more bombs in your opponent's deck. It's better when, you know, if there's a lot of oozes in the meta and they ooze your weapon, well, you can get it back. So you can consider Horde Pillager. And then last, what are some budget options? Well, most of the legendaries are super core to the deck, but I'll mention a couple that you can consider cutting. Grommash, I really, really don't recommend not running this card. It's such a good finisher in that late game. Like, the bombs will often get your opponent down to like 10-ish health, but you can't really rely on the bombs to get that final push, and that's where Grom comes in. But if you can't afford Grom, you can definitely consider putting in like a Horde Pillager, putting in a Brawl, Sword and Board, something like that. It doesn't replicate what Grom does at all, but you can still definitely win without it. A lot of people don't run Grom. I just don't like it. I don't recommend it, but if you can't afford it, you don't want that legendary, put in those cards, they'll probably be alright. And then Kargath Prime, as I mentioned, is a card I'm likely going to cut. But what I'm going to consider cutting it for, likely just another Sword and Board. You can also consider Horde Pillager or Brawl or something like that. Probably just the Sword and Board, though. It just fits the deck. I'm only running one copy in my deck. Two makes sense, right? So you can definitely consider that. But all the other legendaries and epics, they're just too crucial. You just don't want to play the deck without them. Like Blastmaster Boom, Deathwing, all that stuff. You just need those cards. They're too good. So, hope the guide helps. I've highlighted a few games to illustrate certain matchups. I've got a Demon Hunter, Spell Druid game, and I believe another one against Egg Warriors, so you kind of get an idea of what you want to do against those decks. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'm always happy to help. And yeah, if you like the guide, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel a bunch. Have a great day. Stay salty, my friends. Really need Armor Smith, but I can keep... I'll keep one. I need to update the deck code. Because, the deck code that should be there for Warrior, it's the same except I took out Wranglers and I put in Quartermasters instead, because that's what people have been running. Well, no Armor Smith. It's looking bad already. Okay. So I can clear this. It's pretty good. Just can't Battle Rage. I can't take the damage, though. Guess we just draw two here while we can. Yeah, didn't want to hit the bomb card. I wanted it Ankar. I just felt like it was worth going for the 50-50. This just doesn't do anything, so I'm just going to play it to contest board. Like, it does nothing against Warglaves. They use, like, every charge anyways. Feels like a skull to me, but at least Altruist Burn is gone. Have some armor gain in hand, but... yeah, we're not in a good spot. That's for sure. They always have Skull, somehow. No? Okay. Just 12 damage, it's fine.
Aggro decks are some of the hardest decks to play in Hearthstone.
Zeddy hard.
Gotta hit the button. Altreon, thank you for the 2 months of continued support. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for that. I mean, Skull's probably card 2. If I find Skipper, we should win. But thank you very much for the support. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the Twitch Prime 2-month streak. You could give that Prime token to anybody, but for some reason you've chosen me, so thank you for that. Yeah, this is a problem. Can't deal with this at all. My deck full of removal. I can't get any of it. Alright, I mean, it's something. Pretty sure I'm just gonna die. If he doesn't find Skull, I have a tiny chance, but... top deck Skull. If he doesn't kill me or freeze me, he's dead. Or heal his, kill one of his own minions. He top decks a heal. One off. It's amazing that they know to play around it. Bomber and Skull, yeah. Comp, thank you for the 245 bits. Appreciate it. What's the play here? Win a 50-50 once in my life. Sweet. Well, probably dead. I mean, discounted meta and Warp Glaive, I guess. Or Glaive-bound. This doesn't set up lethal, though. If you can kill this without taking face damage.
I grow impatient.
Like, every game against Demon Hunter, even though you're favored, it's always so freaking close. But we're not playing the super favored deck. Egg Warrior is way more favored.
Time grows short. I grow impatient. Now I am complete.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Alright. Barely got there, but we got there. Back to top 100 officially. First druid of the day. No, I'm just playing a bad deck. I don't care. I'm just keeping to my I'm keeping to my word. I'm gonna concede against Priest. His hand's not the worst. That was free. Don't care. Not playing it. And no game I play against no hands is ever free. He always finds a way to high roll me. I've never been someone that gives a shit about rank, alright? Let's be real. Never been. Okay, I'm looking at his list. It still beats Warrior. It's bad, but it beats Warrior. This guy's good at the game. Breath on 2, Overgrowth right after. It's smart. Alright, well, I just need a Battle Rage and this hand's not bad. Time for a coin Innervate Ysera, by the way. Nope, he's just got a simple 9 mana on turn 4. Just the huge. Nope, never mind, he's got 10 mana. Alright, at least he got the Battle Rage, so our hand's pretty good. The next charity stream is going to be on the 21st, I believe. Let's get an Overgrowth. It's a slow start, at least in that regard. Is there a dusting guide for players who need to get dust but don't know which cards are universally bad? I have a wild one, but not a standard one. Let me write that down as an idea for a video. Could try that. Standard dusting guide. I mean, he kept this card in his opener. He keeps hovering over it.
I supply only the finest creatures.
Alright, how many primes does he get? That's the main thing I care about. Zero so far. I mean, already used double Bog Beam, so not bad. Alright, let's get some cards.
I'll show you who's boss. Made to
Only got 3, but it's never getting better. Okay. No bombs yet. That's a problem, because I need to kill him. I have double Cash, double Wrench Caliber left. But I mean, we got lots of AoE. I'm 16-2 with this build, or for some reason it doesn't have my EU stats in here too. But yeah, we have a lot of our record against this deck is insane. It's the card he kept in his opener. He kept Alex Straza in his opener. That is so weird. That can't be correct, right? To activate Breath, I guess. Gotta push that one. This being at 3 is kind of irrelevant. I don't really care. So he's running Malagos, but we can always kill Malay. It's not a problem. What did I cut? I don't have green skin in this deck, and I run 1 sword and board. So that would be what I've cut, I guess. Well, I guess we draw some more here. Whoops, that's not a skipper. Alright. We're in pretty goddamn good shape. Ugh, this matchup is so good for us. Look at that. Right back to where we were at, kind of. This is really greedy to keep. Yeah, whatever. Really? So now I'm not gonna get it buffed. God damn it.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
The program that tracks my games? Hearthstone Deck Tracker. Oh, I still got the bomb weapon. I already have 2 pirates, so pretty important to win that flip. I have to kill his minions, because I need my Blade Storm to work. Can't wait for this to be... They always get a random weapon removal somehow. It's really fun. At least they got the best lackey randomly. That makes it more fun. Don't love it, but I gotta do something here. My hand's just dead. But I'm probably just gonna die. I feel like Ankar is probably the card that needs to get hit the hardest in Warrior to put it to be reasonable. A free upgrade in Tutor on a weapon is just too ridiculous. Like, look at this weapon alone. This is... When it's tutored with Ankar, this does 12 plus 15. That's 27 damage. That's ridiculous. For one weapon. I don't know. I feel like that's what they need to hit whenever they do. Hopefully, hit Demon Hunter and Warrior, because everything else is just so much weaker than those two classes. Yeah, Ankar would have been a 3-4 weapon, and they would have made Corsair cash with unnerfed Ankar in mind, because they do expansions like multiple ahead of time. So that's also pretty terrifying to think about. Really? 9 of them hit this, and they both hit me in the face for 6. My boombots earlier did 5 damage out of 6 boombots, and his hits me for 6 with 2 of them, with an armor smith on board. You might understand why I get salty at this game.
Drink your blood. Eat your flesh.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
I mean, I'm just gonna die, because he's gonna have full charge combo. It's insane, dude. Random 6 damage. I'd be at... whatever. Yeah, you can't buy purchasable heroes unless... they're in the... Purchasable heroes are in the shop for a limited time. Very limited time. Just a random 5/6, no big deal. So, he would need 11 damage. Which is just Korkron, copy or Grom Inner Rage. I mean, I theoretically can play around it. I can Shield Slam and play Brute.
Maybe.
It's terrible, though.
Maybe. Burn to flame!
Drink your blood. Eat your flesh.
I don't know. I'm gonna make the play. I'm gonna play scared. I lost the early game too hard, and I have no way of gaining enough health. And yeah, random power creep Cairn, that's a common, and a dragon for some reason. Okay.
What now?
Random into random, which can give him more random. Okay. More random. Random reborn minion. Oh man, random. And now we got a random raid from Team America. He's hosting a non-arena streamer because, well, there's like no arena streamers. Thank you very much for the host, dude, or the raid. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. If you're looking for an arena streamer, they are an endangered species. Make sure you check out Mr. Team America. He's one of the best out there. So make sure you do that if you haven't. Alright, well, we'll hope for the best. We're probably dead. I don't have a better play. Magic the Gathering Arena. Yeah, exactly. But thank you very much, dude. We're just playing some Bomb Warrior on ladder. We've been, we started around 200 today, so we've been climbing. We're all being seduced by... Well, I mean, they support Battlegrounds. They don't support Arena. It's hard not to, It's hard not to switch off when the format you want to play is just literally given nothing. It feels pretty bad, man. I used to love playing Arena. I'm a multiple leaderboard finisher and all that jazz. But, yeah, they don't. Alright, we don't really care about him gaining 1,000,000 armor. So we should outvalue him in the long run. I would just like to actually kill his minions. Okay, we killed his minions. Hopefully, I mean, if I wasn't dead that turn, it would have to be whatever he top decks kills me. I mean, Grob Inner-Rage Rampage could kill me, but I'm not going to play around it. Actually, Grom Inner-Rage kills me, but it killed me last turn, so whatever. I gotta put something on board. Yeah, I miss the Crip Arena streams. Redbeard still does Arena. I don't know, I think Dreads does too. I think Dreads does. It's like a mix, I think he does. I could be wrong. I haven't watched his stream very often. Yeah, he's streaming Arena right now. It's that the judge guy. I can never remember his full name. He's another Canadian. Something Judge. Does Save File still do Arena? Yeah, Save File's doing some Arena. So there's still some Arena streamers out there. It's just tough. Did he draw a card? I don't think he drew a card. Alright, is 19 safe enough? Should be. I don't want to shield block again, unless I have to. I mean, he's gonna have 25 damage in his deck. Quick constructed. He just doesn't need to play, like, I don't know. He's so content in his bubble now. He just doesn't need to bother. Okay, I mean, it's fine. He can get armor. He doesn't win that way. At least on average, unless his lackeys are god tier. So yeah, he has 1,000,000 armor, but it's not the end of the world here. Probably just Brawl. Brawl's pretty useless in this matchup. And I have another one. Can I make a hero portrait tier list? If someone can find me that template, I'll do it. Because I have a very easy temp... Alright, so can you get the perfect random lackeys is what it's gonna be. It's a good start. But yeah, I could make a list. Check it twice. I literally only have 2 tier S heroes and everything else is an F. Because I would just do a troll one. Because that's who I am. I like to troll.
I challenge you to Makara!
It's annoying.
Show you who's boss.
Drink your blood. Eat your blood to feed.
It's pretty good. I'm out of cards, though. So is he. And we have Deathwing, Grom, Prime, Cash. Ankar doesn't do much. We'll see how this game plays out. Like, I was trying to find one, but, like, the one they're using, I don't know where they got it from. I can't find it on here. Can you not get value on every spell? But at least it's not dragons. Dragons is the worst. Warrior spells on average are pretty awful. Not getting armor would be great. So how are we on fatigue? We are 1 behind, but he still has 20 damage in his deck at 35. While we're at 23. We should have a lot more value than him, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna heal a bunch here, which is nice. No, he doesn't run Shield Slam. So we get health out of this, which is really nice. How much does this cost? 5 mana? Oh, we got the best lackey. Random.
Blood for blood!
Definitely going face. We gotta find a way to make Warriors Galakron work and let Fist. Fibonacci's lists are, like, always the worst, but he's really good, so it doesn't really matter.
Your flaws.
Alright. Is he trading? Okay. I mean, I guess he kind of has to. It's a pretty good card. Though I should try and get value on my Brawl. I lose the Brawl, though. It's pretty bad because this doesn't work. Whatever. This game's pretty kaput. Thankfully, I didn't have the charge combo on curve on top of all the premium Boombot RNG. Because I don't think we would have made it.
Drink your blood. Eat your flesh.
So I just ignore that for now and push 12. Right? Right. I could get 10 armor, I just don't need it. Here's the tier list thing. Oh shit. Alright, we'll make that... let's make that together after this stream. Or after this game, sorry. I mean, he's gonna do that, and then I just Blade Storm.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
I mean, I guess I buffed this crappy weapon. There's 15 damage in his deck. We don't really... The fatigue's not really an issue here. We have 2 giant minions. He can't answer either of them. Oh, he runs Grom. Oh, I should have known that. Okay, well, we have 2 top decks that can help.
Drink up me eye. It's hammer time.
Guess his best... No, he's already played both Bloodsworns. I mean, I can take 10. We're at 51 health. It doesn't matter. We have Deathwing left. We'll get to it. And 2 of his draws are Battle Rages. It's funny what... Warrior head on board, but, like, how does he win, right? Alright. Easy win.